welcome back to Fairy Tale. As always, I am your host with the most, a lot of pounds, and I can definitely boast. And welcome to Fairy Tale, ladies and gentlemen, as we have some news talking about Dragon Cry. We finally have 3 more characters revealed for the movie, and seemingly these characters, one of them has already been revealed in a trailer, although we didn't know any information about her, neither do we know her name until recently with the rest of these characters, which seems to be the elite guards for what the kingdom is going to be in this movie, for what is seemingly going to go. And we have 3 characters. We're going to be talking about the first one that was revealed in a trailer, but finally know her name, and that is Swan. Swan, as you can see and all that, has a very nice motif. I mean, I ain't denying that. Although it's a bit weird, she's got the bunny rabbit ears, to be fair, like with the locks. Like, it's a weird design angle, although if you definitely noticed as well, like with all 3 designs, like as we're going to be talking about, each of them have something star motif on her, and hers is her little tiara. We saw this chick like with Ursa, so I imagine that like kind of like what you got in the Phoenix movie as well. We're gonna have a character that fights everyone, so like how Ursa had that one like chick that like she fought throughout the movie. I'd imagine that this is gonna be Ursa's opponent from what's gonna be going on there. Not expecting too much from her from what we saw in the movie. I believe like she like kicked her. Like I'm kind of wondering like if like maybe she's gonna use some animal elements to it, since like that's kind of like what a character is kind of referring to. Moving on to the next one, which a very interesting name is Doll, and we see as well 2 little dolls alongside with him. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually do like this design for the character. He actually does look like badass, but then you know like he's got this weird little doll motif to him. Honestly, if anything, like from what I was getting from him was like kind of like at least the upper body kind of like with its marks and all that, I was kind of getting a Nikali vibe from like Street Fighter 5. Like that was the kind of thing. Like I like the kind of the rocks he's going, but as you notice as well, he has like a star motif on him as well. Right under his belt, you get to see this shooting star thing right down on his bottom waist area. So I was like, okay, definitely star is a heavy theme in this one. And then lastly, from which I think a lot of people are guessing that this is probably going to be like Natsu's opponent in the movie, alongside with the actual main baddie, is Gapri, which I like the scarf motif like there from what we can see from him. He looks like a cocky son of the bitch, like he's like completely full of it. He's like, yeah, I can take all of you out, think of the powers. I would like to know if there's a little bit more information on the powers or anything. I think this might be happening probably in like another trailer or something. Maybe I imagine we might get one more trailer before the actual movie comes out. So I'm pretty excited for that. And also as well, his star motif is in his pants as well. Like we see, like they got the 2 shooting stars going from each leg. And overall, like I think his design is alright. Like from the most part and all that. If anything and all that, if anyone, I would say Swan, like, and also as well Doll. I think out of all of them, Doll probably has my favorite design out of all of them. But his like the whole thing with his like whole little doll thing kind of takes away from the character a little bit. Now that I know that, it's like, oh, I thought you'd be like some manly like guy that controls Earth or something, because he has like a bunch of rocks around him or something. But I'm kind of curious to see exactly what Gapri's like power is going to be exactly. Like, there's not a lot of like we can only go on the design like wise. And for what we saw for Swan seems to have quite fast agility, and also as well seems to be really nice. So we definitely know that she's going to be fighting off Ursa. The question is who's going to be fighting off Doll, and the question is who's going to be fighting off Gapri. I think a lot of people are assuming that Natsu's going to be fighting Gapri. This seems like sort of opponent. Natsu always seems to get the really cocky opponents, like for the most part, like as he's dealt with Laxus, Cobra, he's also dealt with Jackal. I feel like it's the sort of nature that Natsu always gets the really hot-headed kind of character, and it's very rare that he only gets the one that's kind of calm and collected for the most part. So overall, I actually do like these designs to that. If anything, I'd say Doll's my favorite one, although we know that he's going to be having some ability with probably those little dolls or something. It kind of really reminds me like if he's going to do something like Bixlow, if he's going to have like them flying around and they're going to be using, or if he just uses them to channel them into a curse, if they're like that one guy from Gurmao Ha. So we'll have to wait and see and all that, but there's so little information and all that, so hopefully if there's anything more out about these characters, I'll actually give you some information and all that. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. That's all from me, and I'll see you guys though next time.